Alright, so here it is. It's been a while since you guys have seen this. That's kind of what I wanted to do this video, is explain where this has been, the problems that I've had with it, how I ultimately fix those problems, and what's going to be going on in the future with this. This is the budget DMR setup that I put together. It's the Bear Creek Arsenal upper, DPMS lower, the same rig that we took out to a mile, same rig I've done plenty of precision shooting videos with, shooting tiny things at various distances. But it's had some issues, and that's the reason you guys have not seen this in quite a while. I had primarily shot hand loads through this rifle the entire time that I've had it. I've probably got 90% of what's been through this has been hand loads. And right around the 600 round mark, I started to have some really weird issues. I started getting some cratering around the primer strike on the primer. And it was not normal cratering, it was really bad. Which anybody that hand loads knows that's kind of a pressure, that's an overpressure sign. But the weird thing was I was getting no sort of other pressure signs. No, the primers weren't flat. I was not having any sort of ejector marks, anything, just the cratering. And so I kind of continued to shoot it and monitor the situation, and that continued to happen. And then something even worse happened, where I was getting some of them that were getting pierced primers. Which that is a really big problem, because what happens when you pierce a primer, sometimes the pieces of that primer get sucked back into the bolt, especially on a gas gun, and then can cause the bolt to jam up and fire out a battery. And that actually ultimately happened to me. This magazine that's in this rifle actually ended up getting blown apart because the rifle fired out of battery. It blew the magazine apart. I actually put it back together, and it's actually not worked right since then. I have another magazine, which I'll probably be doing my videos with from now on. The video that you guys will see me shooting this when I'm done talking about it here, I actually was using this magazine. It was having problems. I think the spring is too weak now, and it's not pushing the rounds up fast enough. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So when that happened, when it blew the magazine out of it, fired out a battery, that's an extremely dangerous thing. So I just put it up and wasn't going to shoot it until I could figure out exactly what was going on. So after really going through this thing with a fine-tooth comb, probably the last thing that I decided to look at was the bolt. And when I looked at the bolt face, I could tell right away that the primer pin, the hole that the primer pin comes through, was way too big. What had happened is the primer pin, or the hole on the bolt face, had started to erode, and it slowly was getting bigger and bigger as I was shooting it. I don't know if, because this is a budget setup, I don't know if the steel that they're making their bolts out of is just not hard enough. If maybe the annealing process or hardening process they're using to harden their steel on these bolts isn't, maybe this one just didn't get hardened right. I don't know what happened, but I know that ended up being my ultimate issue. So as soon as I saw that and saw what was going on, I called Bear Creek, and to their praise, they had no problems. They said immediately, send it back to us, we'll fix it and send it right back to you. And the whole thing took about 2 weeks total. They said that they could probably do it in a week, but it was around Christmas time, so it took a little bit extra time with the shipping and everything. But I sent it to Bear Creek. A week later, I got an email saying it was on the way back. They had replaced the bolt. I got the upper back in the exact same condition that I sent it, which I was really happy with. I wanted the barrel that I had already seasoned back on it, and that's what I got. So I took this thing out. Since then, I was going to shoot it the way they sent it back to me, and the more I thought about it, I really didn't trust that bolt. I didn't want to have any sort of issues like that again. So instead of using the bolt that they sent me, I went ahead and I ordered a Stag Arms 6.8 SPC/224 Valkyrie bolt to put in this thing, and I've had absolutely no problems with it since. And I have their bolt that they put in it as a backup, but I don't expect that I'll actually need it ever. But I just wanted to say that was the issues that I'd had with it, and to kind of, if anybody's ever had issues like that, that may be something you want to look at. Or if you have a setup like this, something that you might want to keep an eye out on. I will say that this rifle, as soon as I put it back together, put the new bolt in it, it has went right back to shooting just as good as it always has. I took it out yesterday and went out to 1,600 yards with it. Wanted to make sure all my data still lined up the way that it always had in the past, and everything is right back to on point. I forgot to hit record on my camera yesterday, so I didn't get any footage of the back out at 1,600 yards with it. But I did get some really good video shooting the SOM, and some really amazing things that happened. So those videos will be coming up here within the next week or so. But beyond that, I just wanted to say that that's where this rifle has been. That's why I haven't been doing any videos with it. And now that it's back together and running, you can expect to see plenty of precision shooting videos with the BCA 224 Valkyrie DP or DMR setup here. So there's some shooting coming up now. This is I'm gonna throw in the video of the very first time that I took this back out after getting it all back together. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope this was informative, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Thank you. Alright, so y'all haven't seen this in a little while. This thing has actually been out of commission. She's back up and running now, as good as ever. So I've loaded up my trusty 88 grain ELDs, the budget DMR slash gas gun, long range gas gun assemb build here. We've got the BCA upper with the DPMS lower. Total, I did a video on this right at about $1,000 for the whole setup. Same rifle that we took out to a mile in a 224 Valkyrie. Anyway, she's back up and running. We had some issues. It's going now. So downrange at 983 yards, I got a can of shaving cream in front of the 24-inch plate. I just stopped on my way home from work to test this thing out. I was itching to get some shots in with it. I forgot to bring a can of spray paint, so the target that I'm shooting at has got impacts all over it, so it's going to make it extra difficult to spot my shots. But enough excuses, we'll make it work. So anyway, dialed up 29 on the dot. We've got a full value at 5 to 7 mile an hour. Dial right 3 3/4. Let me check this camera real quick and make sure it is recording. Okay, everything looks good there. Alright, so here we go. The 224 Valkyrie budget DMR. Let's see if she still shoots like she used to. Okay, a little more wind than I thought. About a minute to the left, just off left edge. Uh-oh. Oh, it's this dang mag. I bought a new mag too. This mag has got such a weak spring. Okay. That was just to the left of the can. Elevation looked good. Oh, this dang magazine. Come on now. Oh, this dang thing makes me irritated. I knew I should have brought that other one with me. Oh, right underneath of it. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Yeah, so she's still shooting. What'd that take us there? With all the hiccups, it took us 4 shots. 4 shots. 900. Four shots at 983 yards. 224 Valkyrie is back in business. All right, so that tickles me to death. All right. All right, so like I said, the target was already pretty beat up. Let's see here. All right, so there it is. There's, looks like the entrance or the exit. It actually just caught it right in the top there, so right through the top of the can. 983 yards, 224 Valkyrie from like right there by that tree. All right, she's back. There we go. All right.